Well, it's time to have some fun and go look at some trailers. I'm Bob West, and come along with me as we RV.
Hello there, I'm Bob West, and we are out looking at trailers. That's right, today on As We RV, we are looking at different brands of trailers, and the one we're looking at right now is a 19.5-foot Jayco. It's last year's model, which is 2019, and is a 19.5 RB. What normally in this business usually means rear bunk, but for some reason it says RB, but it's actually a bed forward unit. So you have a full-size bed here, sleeping two people, and then you have a settee which is going to drop down right here, which supposedly sleeps two people, but these are about 5.5 feet. So unless you're a small person, you're really not sleeping here. This is supposed to be a rough and tumble trailer, and I really question about how rough and tumble it is. It does have a higher ground clearance. It has a bigger water tank than you normally find on an RV of this size. Bigger gray water tank, bigger fresh water tank, and the reason why is because the idea is it's supposed to be a boondocker special. The problem that you have with some of these is that the construction, though, is still of the normal road trailer. So the table here is on a hinge against the wall that screws in, so it's not as tough as it could be, which means you have to make sure that it's really stable when you're going along, or you got to make sure it's all the way down. It does have a very big wardrobe in the back, which is kind of nice. So you're carrying a lot of gear. You're a hunter. You want to carry your weapons and materials like that. You can carry it very easily in this trailer, which is kind of nice. It has a feature that I like where when you come in the door's in the rear in this unit, you immediately can get to the bathroom, which is really nice when you're traveling down the road if you've got to make a stop somewhere. The bathroom is also a half tub deal, so the shower isn't on the floor on a pan, it's actually elevated. And I look for that when I look at travel trailers for myself or recommend them to people, because you never know if you're going to wander across a grandchild, your kid, you just get a ton of dirt, and rather than getting all over the floor off of a short little pan, at least you've got a tub to deal with. Now, normally in something shorter than 24 feet, bathrooms aren't a lot to talk about. You won't find medicine cabinets, you won't find storage units inside of them, and that's typically what happens. You always get a little bit of storage on both sides. You usually don't get too much. You'll get a couple of drawers, you'll get a couple of cabinets. They'll tend to be very shallow. In this case, your cabinets are 8 inches deep. You've got these two over here. You've got your entertainment unit right here, which in the old days used to have DVDs and stuff in it. They don't do that anymore because we're in the age of digital communication. But it's nice to have these cabinets, and again, as I always tell people, line these cabinets. Take some carpet, put them in here. If you're going to put shelves in here, don't screw anything in from the bottom. Don't screw anything in from the sides. Get those shelves from Camping World or from RVs of Sacramento or someplace like that, and put in the temporary shelves. And look at a way of velcroing them to the carpet that's on the bottom here. Or find a carpenter and you can get them to put them in under pressure so that you don't ruin your unit. One thing you always want to do is maintain your retail and resale ability with any unit that you buy. Now, the lighting on here is these LED lights, which are kind of nice. They're flush. You're not going to hit them with your head if you're over 6 feet. I'm 5'5". You've got a pretty good aisleway here. If you've got a dog with you or something like that, it's going to be a little bit of a problem, as opposed to if you had to slide out and gain a little bit of more room. Got a pantry cabinet over here. I kind of like this. This is pretty huge. It's fairly deep. It's almost 24 inches deep, so that's pretty good. Nice size. No oven on the rough unit, on the Baja unit. You got a centralized heater, charger, nice little refrigerator here that'll get you by for a weekend, maybe a couple days past that, a 4-day trip. Cabinet up here, which is kind of nice. You got your plugs in it for your air conditioner and for your microwave. Now, I don't use microwaves very often, but they come in all trailers nowadays when you're plugged in. 2 burner stove. That's all you really need. And you've got a pretty good solid counter around here. And I suggest that when you go out and look at trailers, you look at how solid these counters are, because you're going to do all your cutting, your cooking, your pounding, your breaking of ice is all going to be done on these counters. Got your GFI plug, which is kind of nice, a little charging port here, and you put your television probably right up here on a little swing arm so that you can lay on your bed, which you can't see at the moment, but I'll show you. And or you can sit in your chair and watch it from a kind of a side angle. But you bought a trailer to go outside, so think of the TV as an afterthought, not a primary material. I was in a Class A recently that had 3 TVs in a 45-foot trailer that slept 2 people. 2 people, 3 TVs. 2 people, 3 TVs. What for? Right? So, you know, your TV here is going to be for a little bit of entertainment if it's raining or something like that. But truly, think about where you are and what you're going to be doing before you buy your trailer, right? Nice little faucet set up here. Light over the top of it so that when you're in boondocking mode, in other words, you're not plugged in, that you can conserve energy, and if you're just doing your dishes, you only need the one light on. Now, so what they call winterized unit, which means that it's designed to operate in cold weather. That doesn't mean you should be camping in cold weather. It just means that if it's outside and it goes to freezing, chances are your water lines and the rest of that won't break, and that it should be fairly well insulated. Now, I'm in it now, and I'm a couple hundred feet from a freeway, and I can hear the car noise. But the temperature outside is about 57 degrees, and it feels pretty reasonable in here, and I'm in a polo shirt. So it's not a bad unit as far as insulation goes. Now, most of them are covered with a paper, and when you buy a unit, always take a look at where the seams are and make sure the seams are flush and flat, that they're not already rolling or peeling. If they are, then you're going to have to haggle with somebody and talk to them about the condition of the trailer, because that's going to lead to problems later on where the papers actually starts come peeling off the wall. One thing I do like about this one is it's got this little draw curtain right here, so you can cut off the bed and people don't have to see it. The disadvantage in this unit is there's no couch. If the bed folds up, which I'm not sure if it's a Murphy bed or not, it looks like it's not. If the bed folds up, then you got a couch, and a couch is a nice thing to have. I like having the ability to have a bed down all the time. I like the idea of having a couch that I can lay out on, and I like the idea of having a dinette that I don't have to set up all the time getting out of bed. So, and that's what you're going to find when you start getting above the 19-foot to 26-foot range, 34-foot range, is you're going to start getting away from having to set up the table and bed. Remember, you got to do that twice a day. You come home after a day of hiking in the mountains, you want to relax, and you're thinking, well, we're going to have dinner, so I can't set up my bed. So a small unit like this is pretty good for that, because most of the time you're eating outside anyway. You're eating at a picnic table. Now, forward of this, you have a wardrobe cabinet on both sides, and I'm standing at the foot of the bed. And then you have some little counter spaces, and it looks like there are no cabinets here because you have what they call pass-through storage. And we'll take a look at some of that storage on the outside maybe later on. Blinds all the way around, an emergency exit usually in the trailers nowadays. But you will notice for 19.5 feet that this is it. This is what you get. That's your walking room. And is walking room important? Probably not. If there's 2 of you, maybe 2 and a kid or something like that can sleep on this settee, this little table here, the dinette. If there's 2 of you that can sleep on the dinette, that's plenty. That's really what this is. This is not the family fun trailer. This is the hunter's trailer. This is the go out and rock climb trailer that you come back to. This is the small trailer, but elevated height trailer, hence the Baja, and a little bit more stability so that you can tow it around. This is not the Rubicon Trail trailer, okay? It's just not. And it's not meant to be. It's meant to be tougher, but it's not meant to be mil-spec or what we call military spec in any way. And remember that in most cases, if you're boondocking, you don't have a generator, you're not going to be able to use some of the functionality of this trailer. So you have to be careful about how you manage your water and how you manage your power. So this is a Jayco model. Kind of like it. You know, well, it's cute. Let's put it that way. It's a cute little trailer.